Once again, it's Friday, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it seems to me like this is happening almost once a week now. All right, this is Brian from badmovieguy.com, so you're not here to talk about the days of the week. You're here looking for something a little bit different to watch this weekend. And this weekend, I have a really good one for you. It's a Clive Barker movie. It's bloody, it's scary, but it's not Hellraiser. That's right, it was the very under-released and underappreciated The Midnight Meat Train. And if you like your horror mixed with a touch of the very weird and bizarre, this one's definitely for you. It all begins with Leon. He's a photographer who's looking for his big break. He wants to get out of crime scene photography and into art photos. Well, when he meets a patron of the arts, Susan Hoff, played by Brooke Shields, who tells him he needs to be more fearless and get into the grit of the city, Leon heads off into the subways of New York because, after all, it really doesn't get much grittier than that. Well, Leon stumbles onto an attempted rape and begins taking pictures before he stops the crime, and after a grateful kiss from the victim, she disappears onto the subway train, never to be seen again. When Leon spots her picture in the paper the next day, he heads to the cops, who take his name and dismiss him as a kook. But Leon is sure that something's wrong, and he heads back to the same subway station to see what turns up. And what turns up is Mahogany, a giant man played by Vinnie Jones who doesn't seem to have any emotions. Well, no emotions other than anger. Leon follows Mahogany and is soon obsessed with the idea that Mahogany has been killing people in the subway for centuries and has been hiding the bodies by moving them into a butcher shop under an abandoned subway station. Now, is Mahogany really a centuries-old killer? Is Leon just plain crazy? And how do you best cook a human? Are they gamey? And will slow cooking take that human taste away? Most of these questions are answered in The Midnight Meat Train. Now, if you've read about The Midnight Meat Train before it got its very limited release, you might have gotten the impression that this is just another torture porn movie, but it's really not. Now, while there's plenty of blood and gore, there's also a very good story here. This is vintage Clive Barker, and his original story is presented very well here. It's not verbatim from what was on the written page, but it's just as good. And when we finally find out why Mahogany is killing and butchering people in the subways, it's really going to make you rethink taking that late train anywhere. I'm giving The Midnight Meat Train 4 out of 4 cigars. There's enough gore here to keep all the bloodhounds happy, but there's a great Clive Barker story here with its twists and intricacies that make this a movie that really deserved a much wider theatrical release than it received. But gladly, it's out there on DVD now, so we can all grab a copy, pull the curtains tight, and enjoy a good scary movie. So until next time, remember, if I'm not here at badmovieguy.com, you can always find me over at roguecinema.com, which is a great source for all things indie film. Or if I'm not either of those places, you can catch my weekly column over at fearzone.com, which is a great source for all things horror. And until next time, when I'll be scouring the web for the best recipe for chili using human meat, remember that the best movies are bad movies.
Yes, I'm on